Here in Mills River, North Carolina at beautiful Chestnut Mountain Golf Club, just outside of Asheville, between Asheville and Hendersonville, North Carolina, and working on this greenside stock pitch. We're doing this out of some fairly cold weather grass. There is a little Bermuda in here. The golf course has some Bermuda on it, but around this particular green, this is the practice green, it's got a lot of straight grass, kind of a rye cold weather mix. So I just wanted to talk to you about something that I've seen a lot, and I keep trying to help people with it, and it is keeping the shaft in front of you and using your pivot to turn this club, and not using a whole lot of racing the leading edge, because there's no other complicating factors, right? The ball's not sitting in the grass, it's not sitting in sand, it's not in the dirt. So we're going to try to keep this club mid to neutral ball position. When I've got this mid to neutral ball position, as always, on these little pitches, I've got the club just a little bit up off the heel. So where it's a little bit more upright than normal, then I'm gonna make sure my stance is not too open. Turn and turn. Keep the club in front of me. Ball pops right up. I've got the down the line to this shot. It's the same thing. I'm trying to feel like that I've got my stance pretty square, maybe slightly open, but definitely not super open. That promotes me to getting the shaft too steep. I want to try to get my stance pretty square to the target. I'm going to make sure I've got kind of middle to forward ball position. And then I'm going to feel like that on the downswing, and on the backswing and the downswing, that I'm keeping the shaft pretty neutral to my turn. I'm not adding a whole lot of hinge here, because I'm trying to use the bounce off this uphill lie. The more that I want to lean into this hill, right, and not have my shoulders kind of neutral to the slope, and the more that I want to use my wrist activation on the downswing, I've either got to get rid of all of that slope, or excuse me, all of that wrist hinge because of the slope, or I'm going to dig. And that's the leading edge, is the primary disruptor in this shot. So I've got pretty neutral stance, club up, and you can hear the bounce just kind of thud right off the ground. We'll do it again. I'm just trying to return the shaft to neutral. I'm not trying to make sure that I don't have a super diggy swing. Ball pops right up, goes towards the hole. Same thing again. And you notice that the pace of these swings are nice and consistent, that I'm not really racing the shaft, that I'm just trying to get the thing back and through by using my pivot. Ball pops up, same thing. Do it one more time. This is pretty tour stock pitch here. Like, I feel like that using a leading edge, unless you've got a disrupting factor like really tall grass or sand or mud or dirt, is problematic. So we're just trying to use the bounce. Pretty neutral ball position. Clip that ball right off the ground. You can hear that, how good that is. Use the bounce. Feel like you can get this shaft back to neutral, that you're not really hanging onto the handle, or I'm rushing the swing to try to get back to the ball. Give yourself enough time using this pivot during this and using this technique, and it'll work. It'll make you a better pitcher of the golf ball. Using the bounce will help save you around these greens, and it'll definitely make you a better player.